So there's a leaf blower outside, but I really want to film this, so we're just gonna ignore that. It's Shawnee, aka Total Makeup Junkie 101. So this week I have a couple of exciting videos planned because both of my videos this week are going to be lip swatch and review videos on brand new NYX lip products. NYX has released a whole bunch of new products for their spring 2015 collection, including new eyeshadows, a new contour palette, but the thing that I was the most excited about, no shock, were the lippies. When I heard that NYX was coming out with new lip products, I got so excited because NYX is one of my favorite lip product brands, and I definitely feel like I don't talk about NYX lip products enough on my channel, so I decided I wanted to do this week dedicated to NYX lip products, starting with their brand new lip gloss formula, which is the Intense Butter Glosses. I picked these up at my local Ulta store for $4.99 a piece, but when I purchased them, they were buy one get one half off. Plus I had some Ulta coupons, so you can always get these at a better deal than the $5. However, I do still think $5 is a very fair price for them. After the immense success of their original butter gloss formula, NYX decided to release the Intense Butter Glosses, which I have to say are very good, but they are very different than the original butter glosses. So I will say that even if you loved the original butter glosses, you may or may not enjoy the formula of these. Now NYX released 12 different shades in this Intense Butter Gloss line, and I ended up picking up all 12 of them, so I will have my full in-depth review coming up, as well as lip swatches, up close swatches on my arm. I will review each shade individually and let you see them on my lips. So let's go ahead and start off this review with the packaging of the product. All of the Intense Butter Glosses come in the exact same NYX tube as the original butter glosses. However, all of the Intense Butter Glosses have this metallic gunmetal top, whereas the original butter glosses, the entire tube was just, you know, this color. And, you know, as you can see, the bottom of the tube differs according to whichever color is inside the tube. Luckily, the outside packaging is a pretty accurate representation of the actual color inside. The tube itself is not clear, so you're not seeing the exact product through the outside container, if that makes sense, but the color of the product is pretty similar to the tube packaging. As far as the applicator of the product, it is different than the original butter glosses because, as you can see, this has one of those doe foot applicators that's kind of flattened, so you pick up product on both sides of the applicator, and I actually really enjoy the applicator. I think it makes for very accurate application on your lips, and because the doe foot isn't too wobbly and it's also not too stiff, it applies the product very evenly and very perfectly. And also, one dip into the product will give you enough product for one application on your lips. Now, one thing I do want to mention about the 12 shades that NYX released in this line is that a lot of them are very bold colors. Now, these are labeled the Intense Butter Glosses. So just like their name suggests, they are intense. They are very opaque and pigmented. These definitely pack a punch. I would consider them more lip lacquers than lip glosses personally, because they are very shiny, so they do give the shine of a gloss. They do not dry down matte by any means, and the name and the product does not suggest that it will. But they are very lacquer-esque because they are thick. They're not sticky, but they are very thick, and they deliver a lot of pigmentation on the lips. All 12 of the shades that NYX released, luckily, are all cream finishes, which I'm very happy with. None of the shades have any shimmer or glitter or anything in them. But because of the thick texture of them, I do find some of the lighter shades, or the shades that are slightly more neon, like they have orange pigment or a very neon pink pigment, do tend to settle into the lip lines a little bit, and they can be a little bit harder to apply and a little streaky. Because these are a gloss and they definitely never set down to a transfer proof or waterproof finish by any means, I would recommend using a lip liner because over time they do tend to bleed. Now, before I talk more about the texture and give you some comparable products that are similar in texture and colors on the market, I just want to jump into an individual lip swatch on all 12 of the shades that NYX offers. I hope that seeing them all applied to my lips will give you guys more of an idea on which shades you want to pick up if you're interested in this collection. So let's jump into it. So this first shade on my lips is Napoleon, and this is a really, really beautiful, very bright, corally pink. It definitely leans more on the pink side than the coral side, but it's not a true hot like fuchsia pink. It's more of an orangey pink. This next shade on my lips, which, oh my goodness, is my favorite. This one is called Berry Strudel, and it is a very, very, very bright, like true violet purple. It kind of reminds me of Too Faced Melted Violet in their Melted Liquid Lipstick formula, but this one is, of course, glossier and maybe even brighter. It's amazing. Next shade is Toasted Marshmallow, and this is a very, very beautiful, dark, brownish, mauvey, purpley, reddish color. It's really, really beautiful, and it's just a really flattering, everybody can wear it, perfect fall, deep mauve. This next shade on my lips is called Orangesicle, and this is just a neon orange. There's nothing really much more to say about it. It is a medium to dark-ish, very bright orange. It's not a light tangerine, it's just like a true neon orange. This next shade on my lips is Apple Crisp, and this is the only bright, true red color that NYX offers in this collection, and it's gorgeous. It is a bright, almost neon, true red, and it makes your teeth look really white. It doesn't go with this whole makeup look I have going on right now. Obviously, I look a little bit like I'm repping Christmas, but it's a beautiful, beautiful glossy red lip. This next shade on my lips, which is the one that I was wearing throughout the video, is called Chocolate Crepe, and this is just a beautiful, true brown color. It's just a nice brown. It's not too dark and it's not too light, and it has a little bit of pink in it to still make it a wearable brown. And if you have a medium to tan or deep skin tone, this is it, people. This is beautiful. Next shade on my lips, which looks kind of crazy on me because those darker shades have kind of stained the surrounding portion of my mouth, but this one is called Banana Split, and it is a lighter, more like a still neon, but more of a muted orange than Orangesicle, which was the other orange I showed you earlier. This one is more of a tangerine, yellowy orange type color. This next shade on my lips is called Funnel Delight, and this is a very, very beautiful, true hot magenta pink type color. It's definitely a lot more like a fuchsia pink than the very first pink I showed you, Napoleon. That one is more of a corally pink, and this one is more of a true magenta. This next shade on my lips is called Sorbet, and this is another pretty streaky one. It's kind of a light corally pink. Once again, it's kind of like the extremely toned down version of the very first pink I showed you, Napoleon. It's kind of like a baby, still bright, still neon. Next shade on my lips, which is so pretty. This one is called Black Cherry Tart, and it is the darkest one that they offer in this collection. It is a very, very dark, true black cherry type color. It's a deepened plummy purple, really, really gorgeous. This one goes on surprisingly very nicely. It's not streaky or patchy, and it's just such a beautiful color. This next shade on my lips is Tres Leches, and this is a gorgeous, perfect, neutral, nudie, brownie type color. It's not too light for my skin tone, so if you like very, very light nudes, this won't be nude enough for you, but it's a perfect neutral nude on my skin tone. And this last shade on my lips is Spice Cake, and it is just that perfect berry color. It's that perfect mix of purple, pink, red, just to form the perfect berry. It's not neon, so it's not too bright if you don't like super, super bright colors, but it's just beautiful. It's just a classic berry. I hope those lip swatches helped you guys out. Please do thumbs up this video if you guys enjoyed it, because it does take a lot out of my lips. So continuing on with texture of these, I do want to briefly compare them to the original butter glosses, because I do have to say that the fact that NYX slapped the word butter gloss onto this product is a little deceiving in my eyes, because when I know and when I think of the original butter glosses, I think of a very soft, pillowy, gel-like, non-sticky, non-thick, non-irritating lip gloss formula that NYX created. It is a very, very nice lip gloss formula as far as their original butter glosses are concerned. They have a lot of fun colors, and they're not super, super pigmented, but they do deliver enough color that, you know, if you're using a bright red, you will see a red color on your lips. These intense butter glosses are very, very different from the original butter glosses. They do have a very similar scent to them. They still smell kind of like vanilla cake, a little bit reminiscent of the MAC lip glosses. However, I find these to be quite a bit thicker than the original butter glosses, and these are a product that will, you know, if it's windy outside and if your hair is blowing, your hair will get stuck to them. And if you pull your hair away, product will kind of drag on your face. And because these are so super pigmented, they deliver so much pigmentation, it will create a mess. These are definitely a much more high maintenance lip product than the original butter glosses. Another thing I do want to mention about these glosses is that they will get on your teeth. They, for some reason, have some property that just clings onto teeth. So definitely be wary about them, because they do deliver so much pigmentation. Your teeth could look like a hot mess by the end of the day. They are incredibly shiny on the lips, and even though they do pack a ton of pigment, they do keep their shine for a couple of hours at least. I could get these glosses to last a good 2 to 3 hours, depending on the shade. The darker shades will definitely last a little bit longer than the lighter shades, and they do leave a little bit of a stain behind, not a lot, nothing like a lipstick would leave, but for a gloss, and because these do deliver so much pigment, they do stain your lips a little. A product that I reviewed recently that I think comes very, very close to the texture and the formula of these intense butter glosses are the Gerard Cosmetics lip glosses. I know a lot of you guys are familiar with that product, whether you've tried them yourself or you've just seen other YouTubers review them. These are pretty similar to those, and these are at a fraction of the price. If you guys saw my Gerard Cosmetics lip gloss review, I did really, really enjoy those lip glosses. To this day, they are one of my most reached for lip glosses because I really do like them. I like the texture of them. I like the pigmentation of them. They hold up pretty well throughout the day. And I find that these NYX Intense Butter glosses are pretty similar to that formula. So if you are weary about ordering from the Gerard Cosmetics company, or you don't want to order online, or whatever your reasons may be for not purchasing those, but maybe you're curious about the formula, these are very, very, very similar. Now, a couple of my favorite shades, if I were to just suggest a few for you guys to check out, the first one comes as no shock. It's Berry Strudel, which is the very, very bright, vibrant violet color. Also really love Funnel Delight. I think this is a beautiful, universally flattering magenta pink. Black Cherry Tart is another one of my favorites. I was really iffy about this color. I thought it would go on really streaky and patchy, but this one goes on really nicely. I love it a lot. And then the one that I'm wearing on my lips, and I have been wearing throughout this entire video, is Chocolate Crepe, which I have to say is probably my favorite out of all 12 because it is the most wearable for my skin tone. It's the one I know I'll get the most use out of. So that is it. That wraps up my review on the NYX Intense Butter Glosses. I definitely would recommend them if you're looking for a very opaque, very pigment-packed lip gloss, but definitely be wary of the butter gloss claim. They are very, very different from the original butter glosses. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Definitely let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And I hope you guys are excited about Thursday's video because I have a new NYX lipstick to review for you guys. So definitely stay tuned for that, and I will catch you guys then. Bye! These are the 3 shadows I'm wearing on my eyes today, and the only other thing I have on my eyes is just a light. Exactly half of the collection to show you guys, and I've accumulated what I think is a good range of color.